When I look back to those years, 91, when I was fortunate to get admission into AUA, my expectations were very simple. All I was looking to do is to improve my English and really study earthquake engineering. But AUA turned out to be so much more. I got exposure to a wide variety of subjects which I didn't even know existed.
AUA has changed our lives, and it has changed many, many lives in Armenia. I think education, which is very descriptive character for Armenians, is really important for the country, and that's what's going to keep this country going on.
A few years ago, we started the endowment tradition, and we are thrilled and really happy that today every graduating class and every reunion that they have, they are keeping that tradition alive.
Giving back to university is important because when we started our studies at the university, someone supported our education, and we feel responsibility, and also it's civil and social responsibility for giving back to university to to enable education of the people that are in need.
Giving back is very important for me because this is an institution which has given us a lot for us. So we all owe our AUA, and what we have received from AUA, it's not possible to return all.
Today is time also for us, first graduates, to join the team of AUA supporters to continue and carry the torch for the future generations, and to make sure that our institution continues to make change and contribute to our homeland.
So we're talking about pillars today, but back in those days, AUA was the pillar for all of us. It was our second home. And 25 years later, I think it's important to start giving some of it back.
It's more challenging these days because we had like 50, 60, I don't remember how many students, and the UA is much bigger these days, and giving these students the same kind of experience takes resources. So I think it's part of our duty also to help meet those challenges.
Being the first class kind of gives us additional responsibility that we have to think about new ideas and new ways of giving back. So after the successful initiative of the endowment, we wanted to do something more, and that's when we learned about the pillar program. The program works that within a 5-year period, you donate 10,000 each year, making it 50,000 donation. And I'm so happy and proud that our class was able to raise that amount in 3 years.
Just a year after the earthquake in Haiti, the nation has already experienced an increasing amount of emigration. In the empty space left by relief organizations, an underlying terror of another earthquake still remains, a fear of the days ahead. To plant hope in the hearts of the people, Good News medical volunteers took their services to Haiti. Good News Medical Volunteers, otherwise known as GNMV, is a global medical relief initiative established through International Youth Fellowship. GNMV began with 7 Korean doctors who traveled to Ghana and Kenya in 2008. The relief efforts of GNMV paved the way for healthcare professionals from around the world to provide annual medical volunteer services in countries throughout Africa and Central America. GNMV currently concentrates its efforts in developing countries that are experiencing physical, mental, and emotional disarray, in places with very low morale, where the people have few options and little hope. In 2009, 115 healthcare professionals joined GNMV to treat almost 10,000 patients in 5 African countries. In 2010, 22,000 patients in total were treated by 256 GNMV volunteers. After 3 years of continuous growth along with the steadfast passion of its medical teams time after time, GNMV has experienced significant quantitative and qualitative growth. GNMV further broadened its scope during the first half of 2011 with medical relief teams dispatched to Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Last April, at the request of the Haitian government, a GNMV team consisting of 20 certified surgeons, ophthalmologists, and other medical specialists visited the City Hall of Delmas, located around Port-au-Prince, the capital city of Haiti. Together with local volunteers from the College of Nursing, GNMV treated about 5,600 patients in a short span of 4 days. In response to the great difficulty of securing sufficient amounts of medicine due to a truncated preparation schedule, the Korean Medical Health Foundation supported GNMV in a major way with a plethora of medical supplies. It's quite difficult for Haitians to meet a doctor. Not only do they lack medical facilities, the average Haitian cannot handle the costs. Even if they have to travel a far distance to the point of exhaustion, meeting a doctor who can treat their disease, it's a very precious thing. A mother became overjoyed after seeing the ultrasonic image of her baby for the very first time. It seems as if they wear the glasses the doctors provide.
Quando i bambini sono accolti, amati, custoditi, tutelati, la famiglia è sana, la società migliora, il mondo è più umano.
When the woman comes to our hospital, she is confident that she will have good care, especially for the premature babies.
The Holy Family Hospital was the only hospital in the region that actually had a neonatal intensive care unit which could handle the complicated cases.
All the mothers come to this hospital because they trust us and they trust this hospital.
Holy Family Hospital in Bethlehem is known as an oasis of peace. Delivering more than 4,000 infants each year, Holy Family Hospital is a state-of-the-art maternity facility, and it's the only neonatal intensive care unit that can save complicated cases.
This hospital, it's a private Catholic hospital. The main aim of the hospital is to give services to the mostly in need, We are serving all the population of Bethlehem and the surrounding, regardless of the social status, regardless of the religious status, regardless of if people are poor or rich.
The hospital's 18-bed neonatal intensive care unit is often filled to capacity, caring for infants as small as 1 pound. The doctors and nurses, most of them from the Bethlehem area, though internationally trained, use their knowledge and experience to help poor and at-risk mothers and babies. These professionals also teach and train new doctors, nurses, and students who will one day continue the hospital's mission.
We prepared around 70 to 80 pediatricians. Some of those pediatricians who graduated from our hospital, they came back here to work as pediatricians.
We're not dealing just with the pregnant woman who delivered a live baby. Sometimes we are dealing with various crises during the delivery or after delivery when they deliver the baby. They faced stillbirth baby or abnormality babies or premature baby, so they need help. Some families need support, needs counseling sessions.
Holy Family Hospital relies on the support and hospital management experience of the Order of Malta, the world's oldest Christian charity, which has a 900-year history of serving the poor and sick around the world.
This is a charity hospital, so the people are asked to pay what they can, and what we ask them to pay covers only 50% of the actual cost, and the other 50% is covered by generous donors from all over the world.
Despite ongoing conflict, road closures, and curfews, Holy Family Hospital never closes its doors, and its care is never compromised. The hospital actively fosters peace through medicine in the region, bringing together Palestinian, Israeli, and European specialists for ongoing medical education and professional development. It is the largest employer in the region.
We have 160 employees, which means 160 family who is benefiting from having the salary at the end of the month to help them live their daily life.
And the care does not end when the babies and mothers go home. The hospital's pediatric clinic ensures essential follow-up care for infants and children in their first years of life. The Well Woman Clinic offers preventative health care and screenings to women past the childbearing age, a chronically underserved population in Palestine. To address Palestine's growing diabetes epidemic, the hospital launched its diabetes clinic, which provides education, diagnostics, and treatment to women in need. The Mobile Outreach Clinic takes the hospital's mission beyond its walls, serving families living in far-reaching communities, refugee camps, and impoverished desert villages surrounding Bethlehem. The state-of-the-art van is staffed full-time by medical professionals who provide obstetric, pediatric, and gynecological services to families who otherwise have no access to this essential care.
It's a beautiful place. I think it's full of love because we give love for mother and baby. She can find good care, the right place that she can come to deliver and to feel safe.
Holy Family Hospital in Bethlehem, delivering life, peace, and hope in the Holy Land.
Waiting for the time to pass you by. Hope the winds of change will change your mind. I could give 1,000 reasons why, and I know you, and you've got to make it on your own, but we don't have to grow up, we can stay forever young. Living on my sofa, drinking rum and cola underneath the rising sun. I could give 1,000 reasons why, but you're going, and you know that all you have to do is stay a minute. Just take your time, the clock is ticking, so stay. All you have to do is wait a second. Your hands on mine. The clock is ticking, so stay. Won't admit what I already know. I've never been the best at letting go.
היי פרופסור פרישברג, יש מצב שאתה מסביר לי מה קורה פה? קל. אוקיי, שערי צדק. נפרולוגיה ילדים, בואו תראו מה יש בפנים. אוי אוי אוי, היי, אף פעם לא ראיתם עוד דבר כזה, שכולם יושבים יחדיו על הכיסא. היי רינה, תחברי אותי למכונה, כי תכף מתחילים פה את החגיגה. אחיות מתרוצצות, הרופאים המסורים, בנות שירות ומתנדבים, ליצנים וגם הורים, אך לא בכוונה, ילדים גולבים פה את ההצגה. בדיאליזה ילדים אין יום שאין בו, יום שאין בו הפתעה. תקווה ומרפא מוציאים לטיולים, מחנות ימי הולדת, הופעות וזמרים. איפה תמצאו ביחד מבלים, בנים, בנות, יהודים וערבים. בדיאליזה שנצא סוף סוף להשתלה, אם ירצה השם ואינשאללה, אז חוזרים למרפאה ונפגשים עם כל הנפרולוגיה. יש פה צוות מדהים, מורות, אוסיות, כוח עזר, מזכירות, דיאטניות, ליצנים, וואו! עכשיו נוכל סוף סוף לשתות, רק לא לשכוח לקחת את התרופות, ימי הולדת ומסיבות המשכנו. אם תשאלו מתי אתם עוזבים, אז אנחנו איתכם לכל החיים, בטוב ברע בהשתלה. נפרולוגיה ילדים זאת משפחה. תקווה ומרפא מוציאים לטיולים, מחנות ימי הולדת, תופעות וזמרים. איפה תמצאו ביחד מבלים, בנים, בנות, יהודים וערבים. בדיאליזה שנצא סוף סוף להשתלה, אם יצא השם ואינשאללה, אז חוזרים למרפאה ונפגשים עם כל הנפרולוגיה. פרופסור פרישברג, הבנתי מה קרה פה.
Soto Christian Hospital is a mission hospital in rural Ethiopia. So you've got a country, a huge country of 90 million people. You've got this area called the Walaita region that has probably at least 3 million people. And you've only got our hospital and a government hospital serving this entire population. We receive patients from all over the southern part of Ethiopia. Only about half of our patients are even from Soto. A lot of our patients are coming to us from the far eastern part of the country, the far south. We even get patients from Addis Ababa and from the other side on the north part of the country. The patients that are coming to us with fairly complex problems. They're patients who have gone to the government hospitals and not, found a diagnosis, or maybe they have a diagnosis but they're not able to fix their problem. And so we're getting patients with fairly complex deformities and, severe tuberculosis and other medical problems that really, they come here as a place of last resort. But the hospital is more than just direct medical care for those 3 million people. We do that in several different ways. We have chaplains who interact with the patients on a daily basis. They go ward to ward. They meet with the patients and their families, discuss their needs, share the gospel with them, and pray with them. In addition to that, we have small groups that meet on the hospital campus. They meet weekly. Those are comprised of staff members coming together. They're led by staff members of the hospital. And so our staff are being discipled, the patients are being evangelized, and we have a chapel service that we have every week. One of the goals of that chapel service is to celebrate the wins. So we talk about, what are the win stories in this hospital? Well, who is a person that got, amazingly healed in the last week? What is a surgery that transformed this person's life? A lot of times our patients will come and they'll even share their stories. And then spiritual transformations, people who came to know Christ. We have patients coming to us from the eastern part of the country who are from a different faith background. And many of them come with orthopedic injuries or other kind of injuries that require them to be in the hospital for a long time. And the good thing about being in the hospital for a long time is that we get to share with them multiple times about the love of Jesus. God rewards that, and these people become believers. And that's not just a once in a while thing. It happens pretty frequently here. The question is, what is your reason for being here? Well, our reason is to make disciples, but also to provide excellent quality care and be an example in this country for what quality medical care looks like. This hospital seeks to be sustainable in a way. We charge our patients a small amount to see the doctor. We do charge fees for the surgeries. We have a benevolent fund that covers our patients when they're not able to pay. But, by and large, when it comes to a hospital where you're trying to provide good quality care and provide surgeries for people, do things like CT scans or laboratories, those things cost money. And the economy in a place like Soto, Ethiopia, is not such that it can support a hospital of any kind. Not just a hospital trying to provide excellent care, but any hospital really. So our hospital struggles to balance that need. We want to provide good care, but good care costs money. Our patients don't have money. So ultimately, to be sustainable, we need outside funding. We hope that the church, recognizing that Soto Christian Hospital is making disciples and doing physically and spiritually transforming work, that the church would step up and say, we see that there's a gap in what you can bring in and what you hope to provide, and we want to provide that gap for you. I'm hoping that people see the work that's being done and say, I want to give to that. And we have patients like this woman that came from Budajira. It's about 200 kilometers from here. And she had a congenital deformity of her knees. Her legs from the knees down were turned 180 degrees backwards so that she could not walk upright. She basically crawled her entire life on her elbows and knees.
We offered her an operation. She didn't have any money to have these surgeries. So she came to the hospital and basically said, you know, can you do a couple operations for free? So she had the left one done first and lost quite a bit of blood. About a month after the first operation, she had the right one done. And probably a week later, she started to walk.
When you see the life of a beggar in this country, or a life of someone who's physically disabled in the way that this woman was, you know, she would have been outcast by her family. She would have been, you know, completely ostracized by the community, forced to beg on the streets, never have a job or anything like that. And now she's able to stand upright. You know, she said that she looked forward to being married now. She had hoped to find a spouse. And, you know, I mean, that would have been unthinkable for her before, the way that, you know, she was ostracized. We see people come with severe pulmonary infections. That's a lung infection like pneumonia, severe infections that, you know, need inpatient treatment in the hospital. We're able to treat those patients and they survive and get better. And then, you know, along that, you have this other thing going on, which is the patients coming to Christ, or, you know, patients who maybe were Christian, but through the relationship of our chaplains, walk with the Lord more as a result of being here.
I wanted to go to the US to pursue a bachelor's degree. However, I was not feeling ready to leave my home and my family. So I just came up, actually my family came up with the idea of the American College of Greece.
Degree has changed me in opening my international horizons in a way which was not possible before. I had participated in international programs, yes, but the students, the backgrounds, and the approaches you see at practice in Degree are beyond something you can see in, had seen or can't see anywhere else. We're currently in the simulated trading room, which has software mainly for Bloomberg and Reuters. One of the basic advantages of the simulating trading room is that it's the only one of its nature in a university in Southeast Europe. You get to apply economic and financial theory so as to test how good you're at it, but at the same time you can try more risky things without bearing any risk because it's a simulation. It's not an actual trading. Okay, yeah, okay, so you don't lose money, yes.
I realized my potentiality. I was not feeling quite confident about myself. I made a thank you speech, speaking in front of hundreds of people, saying to them how grateful I am for receiving my scholarship. Something that I would never imagine that I would be able to do.
Now, I participated in this internship in early 2017, January to May. I was placed in Miami, in the Landis. The career office prepared me from the beginning to the end, whatever I needed. I mean, I wanted to take this upon myself so as to test my abilities, but I knew that whatever I needed, they were there for me. I would pick up the phone and call them.
The experiences that I have acquired throughout my studies in the American College of Greece made me pursue a bachelor's degree in shipping management. However, in June that I will hold my degree, I'm gonna feel like I will hold something much more than just a bachelor's degree.
I think that the values instilled upon from the college and my studies here and the parallel studies will be carved deeply and will remain for me for the rest of my life, both in time management and in keeping a family inside the college.
Tonight you're going to see an early step in this plan to channel resources into Greece to make a difference in the unveiling of the country's first full-fledged academic simulated trading room. We are incredibly grateful to USAID and the National Bank of Greece, who have been our lead supporters in this project. Much of what has been built on this campus over the years has come through the generous support of USAID, and that is true of this project. Without their support, this wouldn't have happened. But the National Bank of Greece played a very important role in the project as well. So we thank them for their contributions, and we look forward to working with supporters like this as we continue to marshal resources to make a positive difference in the economic future of Greece. So thank you all again for coming, and we look forward to seeing you manipulate the toys in a few minutes. Thank you very much.
This trading room will offer a unique educational tool for students of Dear Ease Business School and the Alba Graduate Business School. The facility will serve as a laboratory and a classroom which will replicate real-world trading experiences, providing students from Greece and the Balkans experience that they can use when they begin searching for jobs in financial services or banking. And this brings me to two quick final points I'd like to make. When I was here last week, I was asked by a young Dear Ease student from Montenegro what could be done to attract more international students to Greece. Of course, state-of-the-art facilities like this one will go a long way to attracting the best and the brightest from the region and beyond to come study here in Athens. But having those facilities is only one part of the equation, and the high-caliber teaching staff that Dear Ease recruits is another key factor that draws students to the college. Let me again say congratulations to the American College of Greece and wish all those who will study in this new facility every success. Thank you very much.
It is a pleasure and a privilege for me to share with you tonight the story of an educational dream come true, the history of the simulated trading room of the American College of Greece. The idea of setting up a financial laboratory on campus began back in November 2007. About 10 years later, thanks to our generous donors and the hard work of a large number of colleagues, both in Greece and in the United States, the educational dream came true. We are proud to present a world-class facility that will be envied by many universities, even by many real financial institutions. I think you will all agree with me, the simulated trading floor takes our programs and the college to the next level.
Financial information coming from Bloomberg. Also, the students have access to the database of TradeWinds. And right above, we can see the stock values.
We have a film club, we have a film studies unit. There are many others of those around Egypt. They can collaborate. This can be a place where we can do things together. Look at this incredible stage where Kulthum herself sang 1937 right on that stage that you see there now.
We upgraded the systems with the highest quality in many activities, with the highest quality of sound system and the acoustic treatment of the place. This will allow us to cover multiple and diversity of events. Interpretation systems will help different nationalities to attend the events, as there will be simultaneous translation for 2 languages other than the floor one. It will also help people who have hearing problem as their assisting listening system. Also upgrading the light system with multiple fixtures and spots. This will allow us to cover all the events. We installed multiple cameras at the hall to shoot the event, record it and live stream it. A very special LED screen 9 meters by 5 that will allow us to have either screening movie or background for the events.
Universidad del Valle de Guatemala, UVG for short, has been teaching for over 50 years mathematics, science, and engineering. UVG, with high-quality education, pursues to unlock the possibility of new job opportunities, drive the creation of technology-based industries, and expose more Guatemalans to better practices and approaches in key areas for the country's development, such as health, agriculture, environmental sustainability, and education. With a student population of approximately 5,000 students, most of them in STEM majors, UVG began learning how to design and manage academic makerspaces in 2015. After attending a course at MIT and participating in previous ESAM events, we were certain that having a makerspace was an important next step to better serve our students and professors. Today, we are happy to share part of our journey incorporating makerspaces into our learning community and culture.
Hi, my name is Irene Aguilar. I work at Del Valle's Physics Department, and I'm coming to the Hive to check on my students because we're currently working on several prototypes. When I first came to the Hive, I didn't know anything about 3D printing or laser cutting or using hand tools or you name it, I didn't know. Here I was taught everything I needed in order to develop my projects. So if you come with me, I'll show you.
Our first digital fabrication makerspace designed to support and develop the spirit of innovation and entrepreneurship in Guatemala City.
What I like the most about here is that you can come and get trained to use any of the machines that they have available. And once you get trained, you can come and keep working.
The Hive recently opened its doors to UVG students, teachers, researchers, and alumni. It's a place where everyone can materialize their ideas using simple hand tools and rapid prototyping technology.
My name is Andres Bio. I'm a professor here at the Department of Mechanical Engineering in Universidad del Valle de Guatemala. And we are here at D-Hive, where it's a place where you can make things happen. D-Hive is basically a space where you can explore your creativity and also go through the design process and really make it happen.
The Hive is dedicated 100% to makers. No classes are taught here. It is an open space to work specifically on projects.
I'm Diego Aguirre. I'm a mechanical engineering student and I'm a maker assistant at D-Hive. As a maker assistant, I have several tasks every day. There is always something new that needs to be done. So that's what I like the most about D-Hive. You never get bored. How is the process? Well, in order to get access to the D-Hive, you need to go through a basic certification in security. This includes norms and safety measures that everyone needs to comply. After finishing with it, you get a credential like this. What is for me to be part of D-Hive? For me, it has been an amazing experience. I get to learn while teaching. I get to help others, and that's what I like, materializing others' ideas. from doing something as simple as assembling an object for a student to create something from scratch for a professor, from someone from the staff.
In case you're wondering, if you have an idea to develop a product, if you want to understand the concept or anything, this is the place where you have to come. This is a place where your ideas are going to become reality.